You are.
I think there's just so many more voices out there that, you know, could be writing fantastic books like this and just need to go for it.
If you're a writer, you will write whether you're published or not. It's something that you feel compelled to do.
If you don't write the story that's kind of burning here, it won't ignite, it won't come alive on the page.
I think that you go back to your teenage years when you think about Racy Reads and you think Jackie Collins.
I do read a lot of Racy Read. My favourite Racy Read is Tipping the Velvet. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that means.
Oh, I did love that book too, and the series. Well, we saw there two of our judges, Jackie Collins and author Victoria Fox. Very pleased to say we can now introduce our third and final judge, Coronation Street's Bill Roache, no less.
Hello.
It's so lovely to see you, and of course an author in your own right. You've been through the whole process,
well,
haven't you?
I've got my name as an author on 3 books.
Yeah.
One was totally ghostwritten. I just gave all the details to you. The other one I said I want to write it myself, but the publisher suddenly came in. He said, I've only got 3 months, it's got to be ready.
Okay.
So I half wrote that. But the other one, Soul on the Street, which is about my spiritual journey, I wrote totally myself. So I have the experience of all of those.
Yeah, it's great. And we've had such a brilliant response to this. It's been extraordinary.
The thing is, you've got to have a discipline, and I found that I made myself write 500 words a day. But I think things like this, inviting people to send in their work, is wonderful because it's so difficult to get anything published, and to encourage people to write like this is just absolutely brilliant. And Racy Reads, so we're hoping to get some interesting stuff.
We are. I mean, there's a line. We don't want to be mucky.
What a shame. Yes. What a shame you have to draw a line.
I know,
I think Shades of Grey we're expecting.
Yes, I think there'll be quite a lot of that.
No, anyway, but it'll be... Mills and Boon is about sort of romantic love. But
sure.
In my view, love, the most beautiful love is unconditional love that asks for nothing in return. Yeah. But you couldn't really write a book on that very much. It would probably not have a happy ending. But this is romantic love, which is going to be interesting. And,
very interesting, I'll tell you. I've learned a lot from the small amount that I've seen. Obviously, I'm not a judge. I'm just looking out of interest.
You've read a few?
Oh, yes. Learned a lot, took notes, took notes. But I'll tell you what, never mind a Racy Read, your life, and of course your character's life, quite naughty too.
Well, yes. Yeah, a bit of both. I had my day in the 60s, but I've had the double life. I've had the life of lots and lots of girlfriends, and I've had a happy 35-year marriage. Yeah. And, you know, so I can be a judge of which is the best, and there's no doubt a 35-year-old loving marriage is better. And people might envy a young lad about town, but it's not a happy state to be.
But it's quite good that you did all that. You did all that at that time. You got it's almost like you got it out of your system, if you know what I mean. You did that, realised that actually that probably made you appreciate.
It's less rewarding. I mean, if you're married to someone who you love and is really beautiful, you could say you get lucky every night.
Very true. That's very true.
If you're a lad about town, who knows, and some good and some bad.
I know everybody asks you this. I know that you do, but you're in such good shape. Well, never mind for your age. Forget that for your age add-on. You really are. I mean, is it the job? Is it because you love the job? Is that what keeps you young?
I don't know. It's just it's in the genes, obviously, initially, and then as long as you don't abuse yourself too much.
Sure.
I mean, I did a bit of that in the early days, but no, I don't exercise. Nowadays I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Right.
And I'm sort of vegetarian, but I eat fish. I think it's basically what's going on inside you. And if you're in harmony with yourself and if you're at peace with yourself, that is the key. If you're angry or all those sort of things going on, it won't help you and it'll show in the face eventually. But I just love people, I love everything, I love life. And love, and I'm doing love in the true sense of the word now, the unconditional love, is the way forward. If you do that and you really love everything and pour love into everything, because it solves all problems, you get that back. And you just feel easier and more relaxed.
No, that's true, because there are some people, my old gran says she divides the world into fountains and drains, and some people, you know, they walk into the room and you just feel bad.
Absolutely.
Because they're draining the life out of the whole thing. But then other people, you go, yay!
Yeah, that's right. And if you look on
You're a fountain.
Yeah, being positive is such an important thing.
It's true.
Negativity takes you down and is depressing. And just one positive thought and you're up and away. So it's a habit as well.
Oh,
you
it's
can
great.
develop
Well, it certainly works, I'll tell you. It really does. And congrats to Corrie, for winning the NTA award. That was good.
Oh, that was lovely
That was
to get
good to
that.
see you all up there, and you were quite happy about it. Look, there you are. Everybody's going crazy. No, it was lovely, and you gave such a good speech, and it just was really good. And yeah, and that means a lot, 'cause that's
You
the
know,
audience.
I think the thing is, it's when they read out a winner, and they say, and the winner is, you've got four people who have been nominated, and to get there is important, and it's important to acknowledge that, and we're all in a thing together, and it's lovely to win, yes, but you don't want to be doing it over the others. So it's always a good thing to mention the other nominees and to thank people who vote for us, because that's what makes it. And
but Corrie just now, I mean, I know it's double Corrie tonight, Monday night. It is
I
going
must,
through...
however, mention the wonderful policewoman in Tech Centre who absolutely stole the show. What a brilliant performance that was.
That should have won an NTA, actually.
Well
I was, very upset that I wasn't nominated. That's one of the highlights of my life. I absolutely loved it.
Great.
I'm such a fan.
It was great to see you
And
there.
right now, like I say, Corrie's going through such a good
It is.
Good patch.
Yeah, the writers are just brilliant, absolutely brilliant, the way they keep coming up with it. And we've got so many really, really good actors in the street that people don't realise. They think soap tends to be a bit derogatory about acting, but in fact, you have to do everything. Young Alan Halsall, Tyrone, were just absolutely brilliant. And they're all brilliant. There's so many good actors and actresses in the street now, and then the writers come up with the stuff. It's just wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Is that
Thanks for being
it?
our judge. I'm sorry I could talk to you all day.
Yeah, I could talk to you all
I know,
day.
but we've got to go to the news.
Oh, we've got work to do. All right.
No. But if you'd like Bill and our other judges to see your story, you've only got a couple of hours left for the chance to get your Racy Read picked up by Mills & Boon and have that completed book published this summer. Do send us the first 1,000 words of your novel. Closing date, as I've said, today, midday. You've got to be 18 or over. The winner will also be flown out to Los Angeles for a glamorous lunch with Jackie Collins. All details are on the website, of course. There we are. Still to come between now and 9:25. Another win for Downton Abbey overnight, live to LA in 10 minutes for all the news from the SAG Awards in Hollywood. And would you know how to cook harissa chicken? Well, James Tanner's standing by to tell you how to do it. Right now, 9 o'clock, let's get the news from Ranveer.
Thanks, Lorraine. A very good morning to you. The proposed route for the northern stage of the high-speed